Okay, you're recording. So fire up your machines. Okay, there's our p-value. So remember that number, 3.29%. Remember that bad boy. Come back to him. Wait. So what you want to do is go to your stat menu, just like you went before. Go to tests, just like you went before. And this is the first time we've actually run a test. Usually we're running confidence intervals in here. We're actually running a test now. And you have to scroll down until you see everything that coincides with what we just did. So you guys tell me which one you think we're going to use, realizing that it's close to one we've already used. Look at the choices we have. Look at the choices that we have. It's all TI gibberish. What do you think? Which one of these do you think it is? What are we studying? Proportions or averages? Proportions. So we got to look for the 4 letters prop in there somewhere. All right, prop is in there somewhere. How many proportions are we studying?
2.
Technically only 1, aren't we? I like what you guys are saying with 2 because we compared the 12% to the 10.1, but the sample only tested whether or not somebody got sick. So that's 1 proportion, yes? So it's a 1 prop. Good. 1 prop. Now, say that again. 1 prop Z test. That's the only other thing we've got up there. We had 1 prop Z int before. Now we got 1 prop Z test. Go grab it. 1 prop Z test. Mine's number 5. I don't know where yours guys is. Number 5. Now what you have to do is you have to fill in this bad boy. It's a little TI easy. It's a little TI gibberishy. P0. This guy right here. That's the null hypothesis of 12%. JC, to answer your question again, 0.12. The TI will get pissed if you put in 12. It wants 0.12 for this. It can't, yeah, I don't know. It can't deal with 12. It thinks it's 120% or actually 1200%. So 0.12 is your null. The key is that little symbol, that little null symbol. X and N are exactly what you think they are. Stacy, it's what you isolated about an hour ago. That's the 101 in your sample out of the 1,000 that were studied. Yes, good. Good so far. Yes, maybe, good. What proportion are we hypothesizing about? So this is a little bit goofy, but the prop, you have to put the correct sign in here. This is why I have you write it out over there on the template. Are we testing it does not equals to 12%, a less than 12%, or a greater than 12%? We were testing less than this time, weren't we? Less than it is.
So you go over there and hit enter.
You go over there and hit enter, that selects it for you, Deanna. Exactly, that selects it for you. And then you've got a choice of calculate or draw. I like the draw myself because the draw will give you that image that we just basically did ourselves up there. You can also do calculate, but let me do draw first and I'll show you why I like it the best.
Could you do both?
You can totally do both. Let's do both. Let's do draw first. Here comes draw. There's your bell curve. Now take a look at this. Does that look familiar?
Yes.
When you get your test statistic, all this beautiful work, you get right there, yay, number 1. And who's this? That's your p-value. That was this. Now we got it at 3 point whatever it was, 3.3%.
Well, if you use the negative 1.85.
Yes! We were rounding off our results. Remember how I said I got 0.0103 for this? I rounded off the 4th decimal place. It really wasn't 0.0103. There's more to it. If you use whatever decimals that the TI can use, it's going to come out at 3.2%, which is damn close to the 3.3% that we got. So you just got step 7 and 8 like that. Now, you know where they came from. They came from this. But it takes care of the normal step and the algebra step all for you all at once.
So with step like 7 and 8, would you want us to just write Z equals 1.8?
You can just write these 2 things down. With an apology. That should be a capital P. I wish I could go in and fix that on the calculators. It should not, that's a little p, isn't it? What does that confuse? That pisses me off with a capital P as well. It should be a big P. That should be a capital P for p-value. Little p we reserve for population proportion, yes? So just realize when you get to the screen, that's telling you the p-value. Now to further, this is why, again, Deanne, to answer your question, this is why I don't like to run the calculate screen. Watch this. If I run the calculate versus the draw, you get this. Now, you get the same stuff. Here's the same 2 things that the curve gives you. It also gives you your sample proportion in case you want it. It returns the sample size for whatever reason.
But that you have to assume rather than the draw where you can see.
I like the draw because it's visual. You get that 2D curve. If you're drawing the curve with the results, you see to make sure you've drawn it correctly, to make sure you're testing it the right way. I like it for a whole host of reasons.
How do we find the z equals negative?
You don't have to worry about it. Deanna asked a very good
But if we
question.
calculate, we won't understand it.
No. You don't have to understand it. What you have to understand is, how big is this? Is it bigger or less than the 5%? If it's less than 5%, it's to the left of that critical value. Now here's an easy answer for you. If you're testing z's at 95% confidence, it's always going to be negative 1.64. So if your test statistic comes back smaller than that, it's significant. But you don't have to worry about it because the TI jumps over that step. It takes that step away from you. But I didn't want to do that at first. I wanted to make sure we could walk through that. All the rest of the test won't take this long, because we're going to be able to go right to the machine to generate those two results and then interpret them. But I want to take the time each time to talk about the errors and how we can be wrong and how we can minimize them. We'll start with minimizing next time. We're out of time now. Okay, doke? Make a quiz out of that one too, maybe. Maybe. Yes, good. So, what I'll do is I'm going to put the first of a whole lot of these types of quizzes up for next Wednesday. There'll be a lot of them. There'll be a lot of them. I'll probably also go back and retroactively put some other p-value quizzes up. So you'll have many quizzes to make sure we understand this stuff. Hang on to that one for now, Michael. We'll have 3 or 4 more next class, and we'll do